So why is it that we end up going back to the same person even though we know that person is not good for us, or they don't bring out the best in us, or it's a toxic relationship? Why? Well, in this video, I'm going to explain that. I'm going to break it down for you guys. But before I do, don't forget to like and subscribe, and you can check me out on my website here below. Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's Annie, your psychic limitless mindset manifestation coach. So I recently connected with a client, and I haven't spoken to her for about 6 months. And she wanted her to catch up in regards to love and relationships. And I was like, okay. And then I said to her, okay, who is this person? And she's like, this is the guy that I connected to like almost 2 months ago. Right. But what about this person? That's the guy from the past. I was like, uh-oh. And she's like, what's wrong, Annie? And I said, and I advised her, you've got 2 energies here, right? One's from the past and someone that's brand new, fresh. What's your questions? Oh, I'm so confused. I don't know which one to go for. I don't know which one to date. You know, I kind of love them both, but I'm stuck. And I said, okay, the reason why you're stuck is because we need to address some upgrade. She's like, what do you mean? And I said, the more you get behind upgrading yourself, you're shifting your energy. Now, shifting your energy is very important because what it's going to do, it's going to cause an effect on those 2 guys to raise up their energy too. So basically match to you. And I said, you must have done something in your shift of energy, otherwise you wouldn't have attracted this new opportunity in. And she's like, oh, you're right, you're right. So the one from the past, and why is it that the one from the past always comes back in, right? Because she's been hot and cold with this person, back and forth, right? Either a new person comes in, doesn't work out, and then she goes back to the ex. So I said to her, there is a series of things that are happening, and this can apply to those people who are in the scenario too. 1, your subconscious mind, the paradigm stored in your subconscious mind. What is your belief system around the relationship? What is the story that you've been telling yourself? What is your mind really doing? What are the thoughts? Yeah. So we've got all that. The second is your energy field. Now, energy field is something that I love to talk about because people do not realize just how powerful it really truly is. So when you encounter people, when it comes to relationships, there is something that's called a form of sexual energy transfer. So you can imagine your energy field, and with the energy field, it's your bubble. This is your energy, and you've got cords coming out. Now, those cords can be attached to several people, but those cords are also known as attachments. Yeah. So even though you may not have communication with that person, or it's been hot and cold and it's been in and out, that energy is still traveling through that cord to that person. So why is it that I was able to validate the person of the past and the new person that she just recently connected to? Why? Because it's in your energy field, right? It's what I can see. It's what I can pull down from the universe. It's what I see, guys. So think about it. So how do we start with upgrading ourselves? Well, it all starts from within. Yeah. When you start living as a 5-dimensional being, you are living inside out. So you want your inner state to reflect your reality. So all the work starts from within. So everyone talking about self-love, self-concept, it's all there. It's all about self. Now, one of the ways you can do this, and I highly encourage this, depending on how deep the trauma or something that I identify within your energy, it could be something of the past relationships that I feel, you know what, that needs a bit of a tweak. So I would suggest the vibration work, or I would suggest deep inner work. Now, the way I carry out inner work, it's like no other. You know, I have clients that are therapists, even counselors, psychologists, doctors, even some lawyers as well, like really getting behind that inner work, because it's the inner work behind us that will ultimately shape of how we are perceived in the outer world. And that's what I really like to do. So this is the misconception when it comes to soulmates. Now, soulmate can be your friends. It doesn't necessarily mean that they are your romantic partners, but you meet soulmates as either a lesson or a blessing, right? But there is a form of energy exchange. So the ones that are non-physical, there is a form of energy exchange, either a lesson for you to learn, but you're not going to carry that lesson over, are you? You're going to be like, right, you said to the universe, I've learnt this lesson, I don't want it again. When you don't learn a lesson, what happens, it will come back round, but in a different form, in a different way, until you learn the lesson. So say, for example, you're not assertive in relationships, like that lady was with her ex. Hence the reason why it was on and off, on and off. She wasn't speaking up, which is what I validated. Felt a bit like stuck here on the throat chakra. So she lacks assertiveness. She doesn't know how to place boundaries. So unless she doesn't address that lesson, what's going to happen? This new guy that's just stepped in, she's going to have to repeat the same lesson. She's going to have to go through the same cycle until she learns how to be assertive. Now, psychically, I can see some parts as to why this new person has entered in. We're not able to always see the full picture. Why? Because it's your journey. But we are here to help you, support you on your journey, on what it is that you need to learn and why it's come about and how you progress forward. You see, when we come across lessons, what we don't want is having that energy within our energy field for too long. We don't want it. So one of the things that you need to really get behind and really take care of is your energy. Looking at vibration, looking at ways of cleansing your energy, looking at ways of reprogramming that subconscious mind and really upgrading yourself. The more you get behind upgrading yourself, the universe is going to present those quality connections because it can see the work that you've done within yourself to therefore attract those opportunities in. So imagine yourself as like, you want to create the biggest, baddest energy field machine, right? You want to be attracting it in. Well, why would we think twice about that? In that example that I just gave you, she's been presented with these two opportunities, okay? One from the past that keeps coming in and out and one that's completely new. And I advised her, the more you get behind the inner work and you work on upgrading yourself, what you're going to do is cause a shift on those two energies, and the one that matches to you is the one that you're ultimately going to choose. That's what happens. That is what happens, because like attracts like. That is the law of attraction. So there is no coincidence as to the timing of when you meet certain people. The universe always does it in divine timing. So I said to my client, do you think it's a coincidence that you reconnected with me? Okay, fair enough, you met this guy 2 months ago, but you reconnected to me now. Why do you think that is? And she's like, I don't know. I said, well, the universe is always wanting you to prepare yourself to receive. So you coming in now at this stage of you meeting this guy, there is some preparation that we can do with your energy to make sure it's not the same lesson over and over again, but with a different person. So she was like, oh wow, that makes sense. So you guys think about it. Have you ever come across someone who's been in a toxic relationship for years and years and years, and when finally they decide to break free and all of a sudden they enter into a loving, committed relationship? You must know one person like that. Well, there's a reason for it. It's just how the universe works. So time is the most valuable currency there is. Time is more valuable than money. Time is something that you don't get back. So do you want to waste your 20s, your 30s, your 40s? Because believe me, I have come across psychically and helped a lot of people from different age ranges. And the most common theme that I've had is, gosh, Annie, I wish I knew this earlier. I wish I knew this when I was younger. That's why I heard. When you begin to realize that time is the most valuable currency, you're already stepping into what I call a wealthy, abundant mindset. You're already there because you're becoming more spiritually smart. So when you're ready to learn more and you're ready to fast track yourselves, head over to my website here below and don't forget to check out my other videos on my YouTube channel. But until then guys, take care and I will see you soon.